Hey guys, Joe Willis again, talking about education for our young people and my book, Teaching Lessons. One of the things that we hear a lot about is, holding teachers accountable and really knowing whether a school system works. And I believe we need new kinds of measures. I think the measures that we've been using, standardized testing, graduation rates, are faulty. I don't think they provide information about whether or not students really know the information, and second of all, where to ascribe accountability for that in terms of teachers. So, here's my suggestion. Those students that need remediation are a signal way to make teachers accountable. Let me explain. What happens is if someone is teaching a class, and they produce a certain number of graduates, how many of those graduates need remediation at their next stop? So, for example, if they're going to college, do they need remediation? And if so, in what? If they're trying to get into the military, what kind of remediation do they need? And if so, what exactly is it? If they're working to get into a trade school, what kind of remediation do they lack? This would provide teachers with specific feedback because, for example, if those students were in my class, my public speaking class, and they couldn't perform those skills when they got to those places, then that would be a really good way to document whether or not I was successful. And if that rate, if that amount was very high, say 50% or something like that, well, then that would tell you that I was failing to do what I was supposed to do with those students. So the accountability would come directly back to me. Unlike the STAR test or some of these standardized tests that just test the school in general and have no connection to a class. And I think this is a lot better way of creating real accountability. Now, some teachers aren't going to like this because it's going to put them on the spot. And they're not going to be able to hide. And frankly, I think that's good. What we need to do is develop ways of measuring, really measuring, has the curriculum objectives been achieved? And if they haven't, whose class were they in, and how did that happen? And then you can begin to really talk to teachers about their procedures, their methodology, their pedagogy in terms of developing learning in these students. And so that's a better way, in my view, of evaluating students. I want you to think about that for a bit. And be sure and don't be afraid to get back to me at my website. Bye.